Hi friends, and welcome back to Decorate Your Life Scrapbooking and Card Making. In today's video, I'm sharing with you some shaker cards that I made for a card making challenge. The following shaker cards are Polaroid themed, and I was able to make them with my We Are Memory Keepers frame punch board and a tutorial from Crafty Come Lately. I'll leave you with a supplies list and a link to the tutorial that I followed in the description area below. Enjoy the video. Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. I just can't begin to tell you how great it feels to me for me to be able to share paper crafting projects with you, even if it is just a couple of greeting cards. So I'm part of the Loaded Envelope, I'm a member, I should say, of the Loaded Envelope Galore group on Facebook, and this month they're holding a challenge in which you make a shaker card. And so I love making cards, and I decided to go ahead and enter that challenge, and so I did. Now there is a tutorial that you can follow in the Envelope Galore and More, I think it's Galore and More group. If you want your shaker card done a certain way, I believe. I'm not too sure about that, but anyhow, I went ahead and I took my own, I went in my own direction. Now, the type of shaker card that they want you to make is a Polaroid theme shaker card. And so I have a Polaroid Die, and let me show it to you, that I've been wanting to use for like the past gazillion years. It's this one right here, and let me hold it this way so y'all can see. Now, I don't remember the brand name to this die. This die was gifted to me on Happy Mail years ago, and I've been wanting to use it, and so I went ahead and did for this shaker card challenge. And that one is the first card that you see on here. And so these are your regular A2 sizes shaker cards. So what that means is that the shaker card is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And these shaker cards are going to open like so. Alrighty. And yeah, I just love the way these came out. Now, the paper that I'm using is from Etsy. It's one of those digital papers that you download and print on your own. And let me show you how I did this card. I went ahead and included a mat on the inside, and I also did it on the back of the card. Now, if you've been watching my card making videos, you will notice that I tend to do a lot of that, add papers to the inside and the back to it. Now, there's a reason why I do this. It's not just to make it look real pretty, but because I tend to add a lot of weight to the front of my cards, and when you add a lot of weight to the front of your cards, they do have a tendency to topple over or not stay put the way they were meant to stay put. So the best way that I figured out for me to have these cards that I make stay put when they're standing is to add weight to this side of your card. So that's why I mat the inside and I mat the outside to balance the weight that I'm adding right here in the front of my card. So that's a tip for you. And I really like the way this card came out. Now, as you can see, the die that I used, this Polaroid die that I used for my Polaroid shaker card, it turned out a little bit on the smaller side, smaller than I would have hoped for. And so what I did to fill in the empty space, what I did over here was I die cut this image, this beautiful cake image, it is from a Spellbinders die, and I will do my best to look for this die. I know it's been discontinued, but I will do my best to find this die for you, and I will leave you with my affiliate links in the area right underneath this video, if you so care to purchase this very same die or one like it. But like I said, I will do my best to try and find it, even though I know it's been gone for a while. So I thought it was real pretty, like so, and because of the pink and the light happy colors, I thought it would be a good idea to add touches of gold to it, and that is why you see the cake with touches of gold. And it's all for these touches to your cake, it's all right here. All the dies for it are included, and over here it says congrats, and also it is done in that gold mirror cardstock, and this was also from a Spellbinders die. It was from one of their either the large or the small die kit of the month, or perhaps it was from a card making kit. I don't recall, but it was one of my loose dies. Now this bow over here I've had for a very long time. It was a gift to me with a whole bunch of different die cuts, and I believe this came from one of my BFFs, Sandra Buse. I pronounced your name correctly, Sandra. Because I'm always saying bows, and she's like, Sandy, it's Buse. It's Buse. You got to say Buse. So there you go, underneath I said it right. So yeah, this is one of the bows that she gifted to me, and I went ahead and I put it right up there on my card because I thought that it needed something. And to make the shaker, I just use your regular what do you call this type of paper? Oh, I want to say cellophane, but I know it's not cellophane. Well, I'll go ahead and list it because I do get my papers for the shakers. I do get them online as well. So I'll go ahead and list that for you. And what I like to use in my shakers is I like to purchase these rolls, and I do purchase them online. And this is what I use because it's just one continual line instead of trying to do the foam. I've done the foam pads before and so forth, but I do like to use these a lot. And I got this tip from one of my friends, Amador. He buys them by the silo. So anyways, I'll go ahead and leave you with a link to this in the area right underneath this video. And this one right here, I believe, is 1/4 of an inch. And what I had to do with these, because as you can see, these are kind of like skinny, I did have to take this when I was putting it on there. I did have to take it and cut it in half. And it's fairly easy to do. It's no big deal. So I'm just letting y'all know how I did the shaker and so forth. And you know, once I enclose it over here, I just added some regular what do you call it, you know, those foam circles or foam squares that you get at the store. So that's what we have over there. But it's pretty sturdy, and I love it. I love it. I love it. And I added some flat back pearls because, as you can see, this paper design has some cross patterns. So what I decided to do to pretty it up was to add some white flat back pearls in between some of the cross patterns. So that is one card, and let me go ahead and put this away. And for my second card, I was wanting to do something a little bit different. As you can see, this frame is a heck of a lot smaller than this frame over here. So I knew that I could make Polaroid style frames using my We Are Memory Keepers frame punch board. And if you don't have one, I suggest that you get one because you are going to use it so often. And so it's a really good tool to have. And I couldn't figure out how to do the Polaroid's frame in it, and I looked online and I found a tutorial by this lady, this sweet lady. She is Crafty Come Lately right here on YouTube, and I'm gonna give you the link to her tutorial on how to make this in the description area right underneath this video. And so she explains it perfectly well. It's a short, quick, and easy to follow tutorial, and you'll be making your Polaroid shaker cards in no time. And so for this card, I followed her tutorial on how to make this Polaroid frame. And as you can see, it is larger. I love the fact that it's larger and I don't have to fill the front of my cards with a whole bunch of things to make it look full and pretty. And so I used her tutorial on that. I used these and the special paper on to make this. And so over here, what I decided to do was I decided to add some of these flat back gems. If y'all can see them correctly, these are gold flatback gems that I got years ago in Happy Mail, and I'm finally getting to use them. And so, yeah, I was so happy about that because I think it turned out so well with the sentiment. And of course, the sentiment says hello, and I die cut the hello piece using mirror gold cardstock, and this is a Spellbinders die from one of their die kits of the month, and here it is right there. And so I went ahead and die cut that. You have the word and you have this outer piece right along here. Now the papers that I used to make this card, I used two separate papers. For the background to this hello piece, I decided to use one of these papers from Graphic 45. This is one of their latest ones. It's called Farmhouse, and it's an awesome paper pad, very fun to work with. And this was the sheet that I used to die cut the background to hello. Now for the actual card, as you can see, these are pumpkins and it has kind of like a vintage look. I decided to use my Prima Autumn Sunset paper pad for it. I just love the designs on this one as well, and as you can see, they're very pretty. They just have a very cream color to them. Not quite orange, not quite vintage, although it does lend itself for it, but it's very workable. It's a very deep cream. I do enjoy that very much. It's very relaxing, and so it's this is the size of the paper pad that I got from this collection. And so here we go, and I did decide to make this very dimensional by adding the sentiment with the little foam circles. So as you can see, it's dimensional. Let me see if y'all can see it like so, perhaps like so. And of course, since I added weight here, I need to balance it with something in here and something on the back, so that way when I stand it or the recipient stands it, it stands very well without falling. And so that was my second card. For my third card, I use a different Etsy paper collection, and like I said before, please don't ask me. I have bought several Etsy digital papers that I just love, and yeah, I couldn't even tell you the name of the shop or the name of the collection. It's on Etsy. And so yeah, and right along here I followed that very same tutorial from Miss Crafty Come Lately, and this turned out just like any regular shaker card. And so what I decided to do was I was looking through all of my stuff, like my Heidi Swap stuff and brands that are no longer out there, and so I found this clear pocket thingamajiggy from one of my Jolene's, what do you call it? It's not even a sticker. They called it a journaling whatever card collection in which you get all these funky gold, black, and white, and see-through stuff. So it fits so perfectly right on top of my shaker card that I decided to add it. And it says, live for moments like these, and just 2 arrows pointing in different directions. And this card, I decided to make it as a regular opening card. And right along here, see this one, as you can see, I haven't added anything to this, so I would consider it unfinished. Alrighty, but as you saw, when I turn it down, it has a tendency, it had the initial tendency to fall over. So I just need to go back in and add some of my Etsy papers. Well, this is a different collection, but y'all know what I mean. And so, yeah, anyways, this is my submission to the challenge. I don't need to send anything in. I just had to say yes, that I would participate in the challenge at the Loaded Envelope Galore and More group, and I submitted my pictures, and I hope that I win. Thank y'all so very much for watching. I am so happy to share projects with you again. And yeah, just be on the lookout for more projects. And I do have a couple of more hauls, and perhaps a very important message to share with you. Not a message, but like, what do you call it? Oh, well, it'll get here when it gets here. So... Anywho, I will see y'all once again real soon. I hope that these inspire you to make some of your very own. And trust me, this is so super easy to make. It doesn't matter what level of crafting you're on. You can do this, okay? And remember to check out Crafty Come Lately. Check out her video. Subscribe to her channel and let her know that Sandy from Decorate Your Life has sent you. Have an awesome, awesome day. Bye now.